So Shilajit is an Ayurvedic tonic ooze. It comes out of the rocks. It oozes out of the rocks in the Himalaya all the way kind of in the China to the heavenly mountain. It's like southwest Himalayas, something like that. What's mumio?
Some substance that comes from there that's called mumio. I don't know if it's the same thing. I'm not sure if it's the Russian people know it better. It's the same thing. Yeah.
Okay, but Shilajit is what we call it in Ayurveda. So I'm going to stick with that. Okay. If it's mumio, that's good. I don't know that that's the same. I know what Shilajit is. And it's been used for thousands of years in Ayurvedic herbal medicine. Now, what makes Shilajit work? It has 70 to 85 minerals. That's not what makes it work. What makes it work is it has high amount of fulvic acid. Okay, so Shilajit is known as the mover of mountains. Fulvic. So I just want to talk a little bit overview of Shilajit before I talk about the fulvic acid, which is the key component in it. So Shilajit is a chi builder and a jing builder, and also considered as a shin builder, but not as strong. Because when the chi and jing are strong, you're going to have a better functioning shin in general. But it's not primarily a shin tonic like reishi is, for example. That's the difference. It's also a very good kidney tonic, and it's slightly warming. Therefore, not to be given to people who are pitta or necessarily in the summer, in the hot summer. In my experience since the 70s with Shilajit, I have to say that the Dragon Herbs has the best Shilajit. Everybody sends me samples of Shilajit from all over the place, and the one that's without a doubt the strongest is the Dragon Herbs. It tests the best by far of any of them. It is 20% fulvic acid. There are a lot of other things that get put in Shilajit. There are also a lot of fake Shilajits out there. And they guarantee their Shilajit in terms of they have it analyzed and so forth for other things that shouldn't be in it, or if it's fake. So I'll just kind of mention that as a part of that whole story. Okay, so that's kind of the setting and understanding the Shilajit. The fulvic acid is the kind of key thing. Fulvic acid is perhaps one of the best antioxidants in the world. It's a very powerful electron donor. And in that context, it donates electrons. Remember I talked about live foods being a battery? Remember that picture of the battery? It's the super battery. The result is, when people are ill, their battery charge is diminished. So the Shilajit is increasing your battery charge. It makes the membranes work, it makes the cells work better. it really makes all the electrical components of the human organism work better. That's a huge plus. And that's why it's very, very good to give to people with debilitated disease. I mean, who are very weak, very debilitated. Shilajit slowly builds your battery charge. And remember, you need minerals to act as coenzymes for the enzymes to work. So obviously, if you got 70 to 85 minerals, you're getting a lot of the minerals and microminerals you need to make all the coenzymes to activate the the enzymes. And remember, minerals are frequencies of consciousness. So all the mineral has a certain consciousness, and you're adding that. That's how it's a more Shin quality to it. Now what happens with the fulvic acid, it's a huge macromolecule, meaning a big molecule, okay? And it kind of connects to all the minerals, and they become part of this macromolecule. And they become they become colloids. And the characteristics of colloid, it's equally distributed, but also it has a huge surface area. For that reason, Shilajit is also known as a major detoxifier, because there's a huge surface area to gather in all the toxins and neutralize them. But that's actually really important. So it's known as a detoxifier. But more important, it's part of what we call humic acid, humus, but it's not the humus you get in the store, right? Different humus, right? And that humus plants need, because it, with the fulvic acid, takes the minerals and allows the plants to take them in the same way that's what it does for humans. So this colloidal form with the fulvic acid, which you need for plant growth, that's why we put humus when we're doing we're trying to grow plants, we put that around them, is exactly what humans need. So greatly enhances your ability to absorb the minerals, because it's a whole complex, colloid complex, that allows the minerals to be best absorbed into the system. And it takes the minerals from being kind of separate entities and complexes them in a really good way. Not as chelates, which is a whole other level, which is okay, but not nearly as good as the Shilajit. So when you add it all up, we're talking about it as a major tonifier. I'm going to say Qi and Jing, building the system, building the mineral component of the system, which makes everything work better, supports the kidneys, it's also known as an aphrodisiac. That's because it's got the minerals to make everything work right, to make your sexual hormones work right. Okay, kind of see the bigger picture with that. It, again, detoxifies, tonifies, and builds. I'm kind of using that word. Bringing the minerals into the system in that way. It also acts as a tonifier and healer gently for the bladder, and helps with the prostate, and helps protect against leakage of Jing from the system. The overall effect is it just uplifts the body on every level. It's really probably the best way to understand it. Not just with the minerals, but the whole detox, tonifying, and building of the Jing, Qi, in Shen. So it's kind of just lifts the whole boat. And that's why it's considered the mover of mountains. So it's actually quite good. Now, the form we have it is in little capsules. Generally speaking, 1 or 2 capsules twice a day. It's also very good to take at bedtime because it detoxes you overnight.
It's good to take before the night, before night.
In addition, yes, because it detoxes you overnight.
Also, and also during the day.
Ken. 1 or 2 capsules twice a day, and also a little bit at night. It's very good that way. You know, in the form that we have it. It's in a powdered form.
Powder.
Well, it comes in a capsule, but it's a powder in the capsule. Yeah. And you know, the amount I'm saying is 1 or 2 capsules twice a day, so forth. Now, another mineral form. You can take it with food, but generally, most of the supplements I'm recommending are always away from food. Generally speaking, it'll be better absorbed. But you can take it with food because food comes in minerals. Minerals come in food. Right? Usually before is better. Like a half hour before, hour before.